Hello, hello, and welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am thrilled to be back to solve a crossword and play some Hurdle with you all. I see Ledition here on Twitch, and unusually, I actually can't see the TikTok chat right now. I'm working on it. I see Minnie on YouTube. Good to see you. I know we should be live on TikTok, but there's been some technical issues this morning, and I'm currently logged out of TikTok and working on it right now. So if you forgive me some dawdling, I need to be logged into TikTok for this to work. So bear with me for a couple of moments. We have a team of people behind the scenes working on this. And actually, maybe I can see a mod in... okay. I just got... Yeah, this is not entertaining viewing, but hopefully it's mostly our forgiving audience. Okay, it looks like I'm now logged into TikTok. Ooh, and I can see people. Yay! Thank you for bearing with me. Hi, Amy. I see user79, Zettabyte, Gil. All right, hey everybody. Yeah, we're starting. Period, or whatever your name is. It was a technical issue. We're starting. Swami Jim is already guessing one across. We are going. Let me just get the crossword back. One across is ophthalmological acronym. Oh, by the way, this puzzle does have a title, which usually matters, so let's check it out. It's called Surface to Air Missive. Hey, Lily. And we'll keep that in mind. Swami Jim and Rhonda and Scav are guessing LASIK for ophthalmological acronym. I don't think I quite realized that LASIK was an acronym. Laser something? What does the K stand for? Lily, you're in school, so you gotta go? Don't you know that the Daily Crossword Live is the best way to procrastinate? Are you in virtual school or literal school? Show your friends. Azawain is here getting LASIK as well. Very much at one down. It's usually either tons or lots, and we already have an L in place, so it's going to be lots today. Tammy Holmes is here on YouTube saying hey, and Kitty Cat is just in time. Yeah, it's even better that you were a little late, Kitty Cat, because the opening to this stream is not the smoothest I've ever had. Hey, Blake. Hey, Underwater Canuck. Paranormal Light. Paranormal Light. Nice. Amy and Azawain and Lazy Gym Rat. It's an oxymoronic name. And oddly enough, are all saying Aura. I'm doing well, Tammy. Do you like crossword puzzles? That's what we're all about here. You should hopefully see the clue toward the middle of your screen, and you can participate whenever you think you know an answer. Legal stoppage at 3 down. I see this long... This 17 across must be a themer of some sort. Legal stoppage with 4 letters starting with an S. I see. So Taryn's back, and we got Toddly Enough and Gil and Larry and James from Seattle all saying stay. Yeah, that is a thing. A legal stoppage is a stay. Sweet Pea and Pam getting that one as well. I don't know. The downs are working out for us. Sword-shaped bloom. A sword-shaped bloom. By the way, have we gotten any closer to figure out what LASIK is an acronym for? I'm assuming the L or maybe the L and the A are for laser, but what is this K standing for in LASIK? I didn't know. Hey, Lou. Welcome. How you doing? Zettabyte says, for all the court shows I watch, I should have known stay faster. You know, a lot of people seem to know the sword-shaped bloom. We got Miniest Mini and Ledition and Taryn and Jill all saying iris. Yeah, I mean, iris is a flower that's 4 letters and starts with I, so I'm happy with it for that reason. But I can't really picture an iris. Does it really look like a sword? Yeah, Scav is now singing Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, which is my main association with that term as well. Oh, Blake actually given me what the K stands for. Laser in C2, and then a K word that I'm not going to even try to pronounce. Thanks for the education. Jennifer helped hook me up too. Keratotomy. Yeah, did not know this. Way weird. Way weird. Toddly Enough and Rand and Scav and D all saying, how do you pronounce this? Outre? It's not a word I use enough in my daily life. Hey, Kurt. Welcome. All right, why don't we try 5 down, and then I'm going to check out this 17 across. Nairobi natives. Okay. I think we're going to have some folks getting this one. Nairobi natives. Yeah, fast start, Jessica. We're doing all right. Jeffrey and Amy and Lucky and the Outcast Knight and Jennifer and Kurt. Ooh. And Pam and Minnie all saying Kenyans. Kenyans. Oh, M. Kenya is on Twitch saying Kenyans like me. Wait, that's awesome. Are you from Nairobi? Okay. Oh, yeah, and Blake is checking out 20 across. Why don't we look at that, and then we'll look at 17 across, which I already kind of see a word. A sense. Blake wanted says you, which is actually a pretty funny crossword entry, but I don't think it is going to be says you. Yeah, Lucky was guessing says you too, but I think what Larry and Lucky and Dee and Kitty Cat are saying makes a little more sense at this point. It's going to be says yes, a sense. Oh, you are from Nairobi. That's awesome. I love when people get shout-outs in the puzzle. Yeah, says yes, a sense. Okay, that checks out. I am ready for 17 across. Surface to air part 1. Okay. Wait. So, reminding myself the title. Today's title is Surface to Air Missive. So, this is definitely thematic. There is no getting around that. And Surface to Air Part 1. I'm not really sure. Sometimes the Part 1, I wonder if they're all just going to be Part 2, Part 3. Yeah, it could be a quote puzzle, Edition is saying. That is a common thing in crosswords, to just put a quote throughout the puzzle. Not sure. I feel like we need 18 down. Training upwards, training something, maybe. Should we just look at 18 down? Train of thoughts, I like that idea. Mao successor. Mao successor. I'm sure some people are going to know this. Ledition has a guess, and Scav has the same guess. That's definitely a good sign. Amy Miguel says, I don't know. Janet is here saying, dang. Thank you, Janet. A lot of people saying, I don't know, which I appreciate when people admit that they don't know, because it makes me feel less alone in the world. But Kurt and Jeffrey seem to know it. We'll check the N. What the tired often take. Oh, okay. I think I know what this is. Took me a second to... Exalted... Who is that? Exalted Memer. That's a great username. Also getting dang. Well done. Oh, Annabelle is back on YouTube to creep me out all day. Annabelle, a.k.a. VetArt. Sweet Pea and Dysentery Gary and Stephen Longifer are saying, a nap. The tired take a nap. And Rhonda loves a good nap. Yeah, save it for after crossword time, Rhonda. You got to earn that nap with some confetti. I'm not really a napper myself. I kind of can't do it. Lou is here getting nap as well. Ooh, D pointing out that Utra is a great hurdle opener. I must agree, D. It's a good one. I don't think they're going to accept LASIK. Yeah, Larry is suggesting LASIK, of course. Tuition recipient. Tuition recipient. Nice. Yeah, Pam and Scav and Jeffrey all like the same thing. Logician is agreeing. Lucky is agreeing. Is anyone else? Where's Tess? Yeah, okay, Kurt. Kurt, it reminds me of Hamilton, too. Bursar famously rhymes with Aaron Burr, sir. Yeah. Yeah, Zettabyte making that association as well. Okay. By the way, we do have some more letters here. Train DR something. I still feel like Blake is saying 14 across is training station. 14 across, what? I don't understand. And people seem totally stumped on Updike's short story alter ego. So I know of John Updike. I'm assuming that's the Updike we're talking about. I don't know the short story alter ego either. I'm getting a lot of IDKs in chat. Ooh, wow. Ledition doesn't know. Scav and Rhonda. All right, we move on. The rare time when nobody in chat even has a guess. Joel is here on Facebook giving me an awesome emoji. Dysentery Gary asking for 17 across. It's Surface to Air Part 1. Make of that what you will. Jeremy roars. Bear in the Air. And T. Pendleton and Jeffrey and Jessica are saying Ursa. Oh, Underwater Canuck seems to know 6 across. Hold on. So Bear in the Air, by the way, it's like Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. They're constellations that look like bears. That's why they're in the air. Underwater Canuck is saying Beck, like this. I see you. I see you. I got a lot of chats going. Beck. And Exalted Memer seems to know that as well. And Lou. Okay, Beck it is. I mean, it fits. Well done. Well done to you guys. Emil is guessing Train Dragon Yor. Like maybe it's a movie title that's been scrambled about. Time to Remember. Good. I see Tax F3 and Kurt and Jill and T. Pendleton and Annabelle and Underwater Canuck and Minnie all saying Era. Yeah, I guess if it's an era, it's a time to remember. And I feel like we're just kind of piecing 17 across together one letter at a time. I don't really know what else we can do because it's just not a very helpful clue, frankly. Long-term success for CBS. Arkadium Jack, are you going to watch the Taylor Swift documentary? I don't believe so. I think I've missed some of the other Taylor Swift documentaries that have already come out, so I don't know if this one should be any different. Minius Mini and Sweet Pea and Jeffrey and James all saying CSI for long-term success for CBS. Yeah, that's got to be right. I mean, I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not really one for musical documentaries anyway. CSI Arkadium. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like right now. We're investigating the crime scene of a puzzle. 70s sci-fi guy. Oh, Rhonda. Okay, so a couple people pointing something out. Wait. Rhonda and someone else just said this. Jill. Train, drain are like rhyming. So maybe that matters. My YouTube friends and Pam and Blake are saying Han works for this. Yeah, Han Solo, the 70s sci-fi guy. So we do have train and drain. What does this mean? Is anyone else confused? Oh, Jeremy's saying it could be Hal from 2001. Although, that might have been before the 70s, Jeremy. When did 2001 come out? Mo Nair is saying Han. Oh, train, drain, plane. Maybe train, drain, plane. That's interesting. Logician saying 2001 came out in 1968, so it can't be Hal, but it was a good guess, I think. It's likely Han, says Jeremy. All right, so we'll do that. Rapper's Pal. Not exactly sure. Maybe we do 10 across. Feels like we need some patience for this one. Yeah, what's the clue for 17 across? Surface to Air Part 1. So it's definitely some kind of weird theme thing, Mueller. But we just don't know yet. Lou and Juo are saying dog for 19 down, spelled like this. It very well could be. Rapper's Pal. We could check the W right away. Fearful feeling. I can actually make this work. I see. I think I'm. Oh, people are starting to form some theories. Let's piece together the rest of 17 across, and then we'll take stock. Amy and Blake and Jill and Juo G are saying awe for a fearful feeling. I think that could work. Did we look at this yet? Airsats, haircut, shaper. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think this is right. It's very funny. AC's Rev and Sericos and Zetabyte all saying bowl. It's pretty funny. AJV just shared the live. Thank you. Bowl, like a bowl cut. You put, your mom puts a bowl over your head and just cuts around the hair. That's. I think that's actually a very funny clue. I have a haircut scheduled for right after this, so I'm gonna look very different next time you see me. Hopefully they use higher tech than a bowl. See-through glass. By the way, I see some new names in chat. If you don't follow us, do consider it. We stream every single day at noon Eastern time, and it's always a good time. We solve crossword and play a game called Hurdle, and following us is the best way to keep in touch. Sari is saying lens. Yeah, see-through glass for a lens edition like that as well. I think lens is a good guess. Efon and Pam agreeing on lens. And I do see something. It's not plain, though, if dog is right. Bedazzles. I like this. James and Larry and Lou and Underwater Canuck are all saying wows. Arkadium says, if we get 1 million followers, the members of Color Me Bad will... I can't even read it. You guys could go read Arkadium's nonsense. Honestly, getting a bowl cut on stream, smaller punishment than the previous ones that you've threatened me with. Yeah, okay, so Amy and Blake and Scav are really onto something. Pawn's competitor, first of all. Let's do this. Let's piece together the rest of this. We're almost there, and then we'll discuss what we think is happening with this wacky theme. Cackle is here. Cackle with a K is saying Olay for Pawn's competitor. Yeah, both like skincare brands. They make moisturizers and things like that. I'm happy with Olay. Raya, welcome back on YouTube. And then Natural Healer, speaking of skincare, Scav and Zettabyte and Logician and Dysentery Gary and Daniel Mize all saying aloe. All right, and I think we know what's happening. Main Street Merchant. Oh, wow, this is actually dovetails nicely with 10 across. Yeah. Oh, maybe not, though. Hold on, we can look at 21 across. Yeah, people are saying Barker or Banker, but look, Fathomless Depth seems to only work with a B here, right? This has to be an abyss. And then, so I like what Cackle and Efon and Sari are saying for Barber. It's a Main Street Merchant. Yeah, Saris and Lou are all liking that one. Okay, let's take stock. 17 across, we have Train, Drain, Drawn, and Scav and some others were pointing out there's something called a word ladder. If you don't know what a word ladder is, it's where you take a word and transform it into another word in steps. And the rule is that each step you can only change a single letter, and that every intermediate word needs to be a valid word. So train, we change one letter, the first one, to a D, and it becomes drain. Then we change the fourth letter to a W, it becomes drawn. And the idea is that we're going to keep doing this until we get some final word, probably in this location right here, maybe down here, but probably right here, which is crazy. It's actually going to be a really long word ladder, it's looking like. But importantly, we can't change this T to a C because crane, like spelled like that, is not a word. We have to keep valid words throughout. I'll just check 25 across. Yeah, surface to air part 2. So that's definitely what we're doing. And I even see an N is already in place. So, in fact, we know that these letters, 3 of them are going to be identical to the letters that are already in place here. We can only change one at a time. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Rhonda's like, I've never played this. It's a cool idea. I mean, word ladders have long been a tradition in crossword puzzles. I don't think I've ever quite seen it executed like this, where they're all just concatenated in the themers. So this should be interesting. Yeah, and Kitty Cat saying that train is a surface vehicle and plane is an air vehicle, and there's all surface to air, so maybe we're aiming for plane. That would be my best guess, and Kitty Cat's best guess of the letters that are going to go right here is plane. So, but can we make any progress here? Scav is saying drain, grain, grail. I mean, it's very good, but there are probably other options. Yeah, drown, groan. Right, Ernie, that's a good point. So we might still need some downs. Record-setting activity. But we can at least feel confident that this starting letter is most likely to be a D. It's not necessarily a D, but it's likely to be. Not that I know what this is. Because it could be. Yeah, Daniel wants growl eventually, plain grain grown. It really could be that. See, debut, discus, and dance. Dance kind of makes sense. Record setting activity. Discus is interesting, but I don't think it fits. Oh, Blake says DJing, which is pretty funny. NSSR thinks the theme is genius. Is it DJing? We could check this 33 to see if the J works. Portrait of a lady author. Someone might know this, but I am not that someone. DJing is clever, Jill. That's why I want it to work. Yeah, Minnie's Minnie and Scav are saying James. Henry James. Ledition confirming. Okay, perfect. Henry James wrote Portrait of a Lady. And now we get to use Blake's cleverness of DJing for record-setting activity. Yeah, that's a very nice misdirection. Record as in literally setting records on your turntable. And it starts with a D, which was our leading theory for that letter. It is a word letter, Taryn. We've discovered it, but we don't know exactly. I guess how many possibilities are there? Maybe it has to be drown. Hey, Clark. Put a name to. Oh, drain, grain, groin. Yeah, the problem is there are still a lot of options. D and Rhonda and Lucky and Ledition are saying ID'd, put a name to. That works. United. Yeah, it won't be drain again, Jim. You're right. We're gonna, yeah, we're not gonna go back to drain. No way. So Rand and Sari and Dee and Jessica are all saying wed, Pashi, Mo, and oddly enough, yeah, United, wed. So it is looking like drown, right? Is there any other possibility? I think it has to be drown at this point. Yeah, and Ian on YouTube is going with drown, groan, and growl. Just a little nervous. Surely there are some other possibilities. For example, this W could change. It could be grown with an A here. So I'm not prepared to put growl in. I just don't think we know enough. I don't know. Let's polish off this section and then we'll go central. Everyone seems confident in growl, but couldn't it be other things? Like, why can't this be GROAN? Yeah, Canuck is like, we're kind of playing hurdle in this puzzle. It does sort of feel like that. Extrasensory awareness. Interesting. Yeah, Ryo and Minnie and Anthony Parado and Kat Sweeten are saying radar. Yeah, I guess if you just have a radar about something. Oh, where's groin? Could it be groin? It could be groin too, yeah. Right, so we just really don't know. Rhonda says this is really fun. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, it's an interesting, quite unusual crossword theme. Harangue someone. And by the way, I've seen a lot of word ladders before. This is an exceptionally long one because this is going to have what? This is 3, and there are 4 of these. So this is going to have 12 steps in the word ladder, or 12 words chaining together throughout this puzzle, which is a lot. Sarah and Clark and Ledition are saying nag, which I think makes sense, or harangue someone. And then what Plato spelled his name with. This would have been a hard clue if we didn't have all these letters in place. Oh, we are piecing this together, by the way. Look. Yeah, Jim and Becca and Kellyanne and Sarah are saying omega. Yeah, Amy says, I like that even though we've worked out what we're doing, we can't predict the answers. I'm actually very surprised at that too, Amy. I would have thought that we could just fill these in at this point, but it's still a little tricky. I'm wondering if this A could suggest that 30 down starts with an A, but maybe that's part of West Virginia's border. Odiap just followed us. Thank you very much. What did you notice, Ryo? Part of West Virginia's border. Nice. Ledition and Daniel Mize and D and User85 and Jim are all saying Potomac. Billy likes it too. The river, spelled like this, I guess. Had the role of. Had the role of. Look at the last word of 17 and the first word of 43. What do you want me to notice? The last word is drawn. The first word is GRA. What should I be seeing, Ellie? Had the role of Ernie the cat and Clark. Oh, Minnie's saying 1. Interesting. And Gary's saying 1. I'm a little more partial to what Mo and James are saying, which is was. Had the role of. I was a doctor. I had the role of doctor. Kind of makes sense. Check the cross. Parlor's production. Kind of a hard clue, but I think I know what they're doing. Pashi thinks was. Yeah, Ledition thinks was. Yeah, Ryo, the drawn and drown thing, that's the name of the game with this crossword we've discovered. We're changing, it's called a word ladder. We're changing one letter at a time to transform train into something else, most likely plane. So it is not a coincidence that these words are almost the same. And look, drown and groan, we only changed one letter. Meanwhile, Clark and Jessica and Jim Winkle and Zettabyte are saying tat for parlor's production. Yeah, tattoo parlor is the joke. Kellyanne saying, probably not tat because there's no abbreviation in the clue. That's a good point. Normally, if it's going to be tat, there's going to be some indicator in the clue that we're abbreviating. I think because this is a puzzle on the harder end, they sometimes drop that convention. Underground diggers. I'm seeing some creepy emojis now in chat. It's got to be ants, right? Okay, and we could continue here, but I'm sort of eager to move on to this section and get this link in the chain. Former USO honorary chairman. Okay. I will leave this up for a bit. Are we 100 on the O? Not even. Actually, we are. Interestingly, this has to be an O. Because Gron with an A is not a word. I think it has to be an O. Laura followed us. Thank you, Laura. Gil and Kitty Cat are guessing Obama. Yeah, maybe it is Obama. It could be that easy. Former USO honorary chairman. Very well could be. Maybe I'll check the B right away. Stem of the C. Oh, you guys read it. YouTube folks are reading it as USA. No, USO is a group that entertains the troops abroad. They put on shows and stuff for morale purposes, things like that, as far as I understand it. Stem of the sea, I see bay. Oh, it's a hard clue. Stem like an offshoot or something? Bay. Becca and NSSR, yeah, okay. Bay we go. And how, are we 100% on this? I'm still not, oh my god, and now I'm getting flashbacks. We have the same clue. Kitty Cat wants this to be groin and this to be grain, which does look very plausible. Should we try that? Groin. Some of this stuff is looking a little concerning. Am I wrong? Oh, it could... Wasps, some people are saying. Yeah. But then what are we changing? Growl. Ah, this is scary. Blake says 37 across is a themer too. Whoa! Oh, you're right! Wow, I was not expecting that. Look, we have another themer here. I thought it was just going to be the long spanners. Wow, so this ladder doesn't have 12 links in it. It has at least 13. But that also gives us permission to change 2 letters from groin to whatever this is. We're going to change 2 letters. This changes everything. I think. Still quite confused. Missy Mama followed us, so despite my confusion, hopefully we're still having fun. Maybe we do just some downs here. I'm struggling a lot. Wasps. Do wasps really dig underground? Arkadium says, I saw some people saying gross. I thought they were just insulting you. Our chat would never. Although this does look like gross. Oh, in fact, this has to be gross, I think. This one I think we can do for sure, because look, the G and the R we're confident in, and those don't change from here to here. So I don't think we're going to go back to a GR. I think we can confidently put gross in there. Yell at me if you disagree, but... Okay, Jeremy thinks that he's cracked the whole thing. Grown, grows, gross, and grass. Wow. Should we try this? Grows. I don't think a lot of people were suggesting grows. That might have been an innovation, Jeremy. But then I can't really accept that wasps dig underground. Ledition wants worms, which actually makes a lot more sense. Oh, Blake was shouting it. Apologies, Blake. All right. They do. Chris says they do. So wasps it is. There are ground wasps. Yellow jackets live underground. It can't be worms because of bay. Okay. This is sort of a nasty little section. Or maybe other people think they have it all figured out, but I sure do not. Convinces to decide. I don't think this clue is helping either. Wasps do make nests underground. Stepping in a yellow jacket is horrible. It sounds horrible. Convinces to decide. Be nice to the puzzle, Jack. I like a challenge. When I say it's nasty, I mean it in the nicest way. It's gross, if you will. Obama could be wrong. Ooh, lots of things could be wrong. Sways. Always in the middle saying sways, which does fit the clue nicely. Convinces to decide. What do we do? Rios is Kara for 39 across, presumably. Yeah, we didn't really dwell on this. Signore's sweetheart. We're talking Italian? Gil says Bay is wrong, and I'm starting to agree. Yeah, Kitty Cat says Bow. Okay, Bay was wrong. I think that's been messing us up for a while. Stem of the sea, Bow. I mean, that's a really hard clue. For Bay or for Bow, frankly. But I very much appreciate that Bow solves a lot of our problems. Convinces to decide could now be sways. Worms digging in the ground, and Kara is like, I think a pet name in Italian or something. How are we feeling about this? Yeah, Minius Mini is locking all this together. This is looking like the best we've had all day in this section. I think Kara is an Italian word, Scav. Someone I'm sure can confirm, but I think it means, like, sweetheart or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Kenya's like, would you say that section is waspy? Yeah, it certainly had a sting to it. Multi-Oscar lyricist Khan. Fortunately, this does not help me, but other people seem to know it. Taryn and N. Clark and Scav saying Jimmy? I don't know this person either, Rhonda. But, okay, Ryo says cara mia means dear mine, so cara maybe means dear or something in Italian. Whew, I am relieved. Oh, and look at this, we have SS here. We have SS here, and that's important for the following reason. Grows turned to gross with a double S. So I think we're going to end in SS this entire line. This is going to be grass. This is going to be SS as well. Because we're not going to go backwards in our word ladder. What do we think? We might even be able to piece this together now. Maybe it's still too much. I see glass. Actually, I can't think of anything to change this for this step except for glass. Crass. Oh, crass is a good one. Okay, so maybe we still don't know. There's also class. Maybe we check 39. I'm too curious. Southern blank. Selix school. Okay. Brass, yeah, there's still a lot of possibilities. It's interesting how tough this puzzle is, even though we know we're only changing one letter at a time. It should be a very narrow solution space, and yet. N. Clark says CIA, Southern CIA? Actually very confused by this too. Jerry just followed us. This puzzle I'm finding quite perplexing. Are we talking Tom Selleck here? That's the only Selleck I know. And how did Tom Selleck go to the Southern CIA? It's just not making any sense. We're trying to get to plane, says Gary. Yeah, I see. So you want to put an L there for the one-day plane? I don't know. Maybe we leave this section or what? The problem is chat is not in agreement today. Tasto Chalk, which is a username I want to listen to, is saying Cal as in Cal State. So could Jimmy be wrong? So many people seem to know it. Southern Cal is a thing, at least. California. But then why was everyone telling me Jimmy Kahn? Were you just guessing? It's Sammy? Craig is saying it's Sammy. I trusted you. I trusted you all. Sari and is now saying Sammy. Okay. Man, this section again. Does that mean we're ready or are we still not sure? This does look like class now. Is there any other letter that works here? James, like, my bad. It's okay, James. Can I call you Jimmy? Lucky. This seems like it has to be class. Oh, it could be glass. Oh, man. Can't do anything. How do we go from grows to grass? That is the big section. Oh, my God. You're right. Grows and grass doesn't work. What am I doing? Oh, because of gross. No, because of gross. That's how we did it. Oh, my God. I'm getting so tangled here. Grows turned to gross. This is the part 3, actually. And then we turned gross into grass. That's valid. I stand by that one. Yeah, work the downs as much as possible. Okay, we'll start just filling this in. Family name in Nottingham. Someone asking for 37 down too. I might as well. Some made in Mexico SUVs. Hopefully this is helpful. Family name in Nottingham. Jill is saying ham, which I gotta be honest, I don't understand. Maybe this is a British thing. Minnie's saying ma'am, like this. I think I'm gonna need some folks in chat to hook me up with this. Oh, we do have more consensus on 37 down, though. Some made in Mexico SUVs, GMCs. That's a real brand. GMCs, I think, actually works. Oh, Nottingham, says Jim Winkle. Is that the joke? Maybe, I think what Becca's saying makes sense. Just mum, because in the US, we call her mom. Terrence says it could be ma'am. What's this? Oh, play that introduced the word robot. I do know this. I only know this from solving crosswords. But I guess at this point we don't have that many options. Yeah, it is going to be RUR. I think it's said like that too. And it was an old play. And yeah, one of these R stands for robots. It's where the word robot comes from. Okay, after all of that, grass, crass, and then we can put class in here because we're only changing one letter and we've already decided we're changing the R to an L. Oh my God, this is kind of hard. I'm noticing we already have an L and an A in place for plane. If that's what we're aiming for. I wonder if now we only have 3 more steps and we know we're starting with class, if we can make our way to plane. That's an interesting challenge. Blake actually has a really good suggestion. Clans, plans, and plane. Ledition is agreeing on clans, plans, and plane. Yeah, surprisingly difficult, Rhonda. I agree. Brief confirmation. Brief confirmation. Wouldn't 47 down start with H? Where's 47 down? Why? You think it's crash? Plug it in. Okay. So what was it? Plug it in. Surface to air conclusion. So confirm this is where we end. Clans, plans, plane is a very smart, and we'll see if these check out. I don't know how many routes there are to the end point, you know, but it would be very exciting if this worked. Oh, C59 down. That's not that useful. Let's do this. Anthem excerpt. I've not felt so unsettled by a puzzle in a long time. I feel like I expected this puzzle to be smoother than it has been. Hi, Lena. Blake says, I haven't played a good word ladder in a long time. Well, you might have just crushed this one. I'm not sure yet, but I like what people are saying for 44 down. Delia Brooks and Always in the Middle and Ian on YouTube are saying stanza. I think that's a smart guess. Oops, stanza like that. Yeah, stanza sounds good. Pashi's happy with it. Mo is happy with it. Brief confirmation. Oh, Scav was worried that we were going to have yes twice in the puzzle because says yes is up here and brief confirmation will be yes, but it's not yes, Scav. It's tis. Always in the Middle just followed us. Thank you. Tis. Oh, I keep doing this. Should we just look at 59? With 45 down, watches spot say. Okay, notice spot is capitalized. Becca followed us. Thank you, Becca. Ooh, and I do like also that that this N is checking out, Blake. That matters a lot, actually, because... Wait, that matters hugely. I think clans has to be right. That's what that says. If stanza's right, then clans is right, period. I can explain that logic, but I think people understand. Yeah, Spot is the name of a dog, so I think it's going to be Pet Sits, which several people are guessing. I like this. Pet Sits. Note beside G. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, Mini says something flat. That's exactly how I approach these clues. I just fill in the part I know, flat. There's also like the major or minor. A lot of times you can still plug in like the M and the R for different keys, but note beside G is going to be something flat. A flat, says Craig and Jim and Lucky. Most people are guessing A flat, and I think it makes sense because A and G, you restart after G. Restart back at A. So I'm happy with A flat. Yeah. Subdivision section. Ooh, this is a hard one. Not too hard for Ferd or Annika or Arturo. Several new names to me in chat. Welcome to all of you. We stream every day at noon. And you should follow us. An acre. Tough one. Creme brulee cousin. Okay. I guess I see what they're doing here. Far inferior cousin, in my humble opinion. But I'm sure I just pissed off some flan purists. Gary found a flan emoji. I did not know that existed. Surely there are more useful emojis than flan. It's hilarious. Why is there a flan emoji? Heckle. Crossing averse to activity. Justice for flan, says Kurt. Kiara loves flan. Yeah, here they come. All the people pretending they love the blandest dessert ever designed. Kenya saying, and Minnie saying lazy, averse to activity would be lazy. That looks good. And we have Irish woman who's sung in 10 languages. Enya. No, Enya is an Irish singer. I didn't know she could sing in 10 languages. That's pretty cool. And then to Raz, I guess, is to heckle. Clans worked out beautifully. Well done, Blake. And plans. Oh, by the way, yeah, once we know that the P works with pet sits, we know lands works because we're only changing one letter at a time. And we're pretty confident about planes. So I think, Blake, it's time for your congratulations. You crushed the last line of this word letter. Very cool. Pelican State School. Lots of people saying LSU. Yeah, Louisiana State University. Makes sense? Plane or train for hurdle? You're right, Lucky. We kind of have to, don't we? Yeah, Canuck and Rio like LSU. Arkadium says Blake should get to pick the hurdle word. I'm down. Oh no, we can't give it to Blake though. We can give it to anyone but Blake. Blake will abuse this power. No, we're not doing that. Kitty Cat says fantastic puzzle today. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm enjoying it too. A very unusual puzzle. Blake's like, oh come on, no. You'll abuse that power. Toddly enough and Gene say APB. What if you can veto? All right. Yeah, if Blake and I can come up with some kind of compromise. All points bulletin. This is a thing, police department, by the way. Frequent pro tennis error. Okay, I guess I know what this is. And now Dobby's coming in with justice for Blake. Poor Blake, says Lucky. All right, you guys want to lose hurdle? Because that's what you're signing up for. Blake does not have our best interest at heart. He does when we're solving a crossword, but suddenly he just turns. It's like the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder. He plays both roles throughout the stream. ESPN looks good. Shark sound in Jaws. I love this clue. I back Blake with Abyss, says Amy. Jim, yeah, tuba, I guess it's got to be. Doing it. Doing it. Jan just followed us. Probably because of my flawless Jaws rendition. Reddish brown. Yeah, exactly. Look at Blake's comment and then try to understand why I'm being mean to him. Amy, Jim, always in the middle. And Underwater Canuck and Kitty Cat saying Sienna. It's nice. Jim says it was done on a synthesizer. Does that mean it wasn't a tuba, or that they put a tuba sound through a synthesizer? Curious. Bye. Blake says, to be nice, I like train or plane for hurdle. Okay, now we're talking. I like those too. And it's very, we have so many 5-letter words in this puzzle, more than ever, probably, because of this ladder. So we are just spoiled for choice here. Drains. Arkadium says boring. Arkadium. I can't handle the hurdle losses. Are you gonna wipe my tears? Kenya and Minnie are saying saps for drains. Yeah, that looks good. And suddenly, out of nowhere, we have only one corner left in this very wacky crossword. It wasn't a tuba, but on a tuba's range. Interesting trivia, James. Thanks. Wow. Now Arkadium and Blake are ganging up on me. All right. I mean, I guess I have to please the people. Mitch and Jeffrey and Larry and always in the middle are saying scoop up for take quickly and eagerly. I like that. Rio says, I will get a vacuum for your tears, Jack. Amy says, I'll send you some Kleenex. You guys are so supportive. Bamabos is back with saying scooped. Oh, I also put a typo in. Take. No, scooped is past tense and the clue is present tense. So I think scoop up is a little more promising there. Highly significant. Gotta be honest, having this middle one really threw me off. I thought we could logic our way from grows to grass and it wasn't really clicking. Turned out gross was hiding there all along. This is a strange one. Highly significant. People saying epitome, which I don't know if that works. Well, addition has an odd guess, but it could be right. Yeah, and Jilly is sort of joining the spirit. Logician saying epical. Jill says epikic. Maybe we do the crosses. It's a weird word. Like an epoch is a significant era. Yeah, work the downs, says Taste of Chalk. Let's do that. Muse of History. Ugh, that's not that helpful for me, frankly. Although I like that I see agreement in chat. Jeffrey and Rhonda and Toddly Enough and Craig Montgomery all saying Cleo. Ryo and Minnie agree. Okay, Cleo. I know Cleo as advertising awards. Oh, or is it spelled with an E? Cleopatra? No, I don't think we're talking. I think this is literally like a Greek muse or something. Oh, we had the clue recently, Minnie? Maybe that's why you guys are all ahead of me. Large portion of yarn. Oh, the advertising awards were named after the goddess. That makes sense, Kitty Cat. Large portion of yarn. I see Ball. I see Hank. Still, in this last little section, is putting up so much resistance. This is a stubborn little puzzle. I'm just moving on because we can't agree. Ooh, although, now that I will say, Hank works with epical in a way that... Yeah, in a way that the others don't. Ooh, and I just put this on screen and people seem to know it. Hold'em Ritual, good. Okay, Mary Catherine and Toddly Enough and Shredder are all saying ante. She definitely, yeah, it's a ritual to ante beforehand in Hold'em, although blinds are slightly more common, and I would argue they're different from ante, but it's almost a stumper today, says Lucky. Yeah, this is kind of a whirlwind. Epical, I guess it is. Well done to Ledition, and someone on TikTok also got that. Pierre's now voting for it. Yeah, weird stuff. Hank is also frankly kind of weird. This is hard for me, Sweet Pea. Listen, it's hard for everybody. This is a bizarre puzzle from start to finish. Quite enjoyable though, in my mind. Utah's blank range. I don't think I know this either. My God. So grateful to have you all here. Utah's blank range. Mitch says, not if you buy yarn, it's not weird. So you buy a hank of yarn? Is that really... You go in, one hank, please? Kitty Cat is agreeing, so... Luxopix seems to know this. This? Spelling it from chat. It's a big knot. A hank is a big knot. I mean, it works with Cleo, which I wanted. And then let's just make sure this last letter... Searched with around, crossing, principal part. Okay. I mean, the crosses are working. Sweet Pea says, I crochet and never heard of hank for yarn. It's an unwound length of yarn. Huh. Rhonda giving me the drum roll. I think it's time to put a D in here. Poked around, crossing a principal part will be the lead in the play or something. Let's hope we get that confetti today. Oh, well done, everybody. That was quite a ride. We went from train to drain, drawn, drown, grown, grows, grass, crass, gross, grass, class. I can't even do it. Crass, class, clans, plans, plane. That is a long word ladder. Do not go anywhere. I'm pulling up Hurdle right now. And Blake, I've softened. If you want to pick our Hurdle opener, you can. However, if we lose on round one, it's all your fault. Okay, hopefully that you can see that. Resize. Okay. What are we doing? A very interesting crossword. Thank you for joining me for all of that. And here we go. Catching up on chat a little bit. Blake says, one of the best puzzles we've done in a while. I'm glad you feel that way. So what's it going to be, Blake? What are we starting with? The power is yours. A lot of people are counting on you. Train, because I know what it means for you. You're the best, Blake. I knew I could count on you. Train, I mean, it's really an ode to the puzzle, and it's such a good Hurdle opener. And look at that. We got a beautiful yellow eye for it. Pachi says, it was so hard, but very interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good descriptor. Underwater Canuck giving me a cool train emoji. Barbara says I'm late, but I made hurdle. Well, I'm glad you're here. It was a wacky puzzle, Barbara. I see guile. I see spoil puts the I in the wrong place. Pious. Scav and Blake are guessing pious. I think that's a great guess. Oh, still not amazing. And Milky and Pinch are no good anymore because the I is in the wrong place. Same with Silky. Maybe Slick is a good guess, or Slide. Slide I might like even better. Let's try Slide. Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, and it's not Slick either. In fact, we know exactly what goes there. I think I know what this is. I can only think of one word that works now. And it's a happy word. Hint, hint. Yeah, smile. I think it has to be, right? It's weird. This feels so word ladder like now. I'm so in word ladder mode that like I'm just. But we can change more than one letter at a time in Hurdle. That's an important difference. Okay, on board 2 out of 5. We have a yellow vowel yet again. Arkadium says, I watched the Smile movies this week and now I'm still scared. They are creepy. Drain, teach. Maybe teach is good. Peach, cheats. People want the CH complex, so let's try teach. So many people liking us. We feel the love, guys. That's what Arkadium is saying. Thank you. I like you guys too, for what it's worth. So, CH did not succeed where we hoped it would. And extra is now off the table as well because the A doesn't work. We need a new tack here. And somehow TikTok has dried up for me. Ballet and tuber. Ballet doesn't work because of the A. Tuber is kind of interesting. Same with valet. Greet? Maybe greet is good. I sort of like tuber also. Oh no, not tuber because it starts with a T. Noted. Ooh, noted is kind of mean, isn't it? Let's try noted, though. It's a smart guess. Oh boy, this is rough. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Because now it can't be something like voter or enter. The E is ruled out. Oh boy, what is this? And it can't be greet. We're actually completely out of luck here. Underwater Canuck wants event. Wow. Oh, it can't be. Event is a great guess, but it can't be anymore because the N in note are in noted. So actually, what is this? Rest. No, not because the S. Jill, I thought that was a cool guess, but the S in smile rules it out. Oh, as a filler, you're suggesting. Exert? That's a scary thing to guess at this stage. Exert. The thing is, it would tell us for sure where the E lives. Like, even if exert is wrong, it tests both live options for the E. So maybe we try it. Let's try it. Okay, well, we found some letters. It's not exert. I'm starting to sweat, and I can't even blame Blake for this one. E.T. Where's the R going? Ooh, I like what I'm seeing. Oh, wow, chat is actually in full unanimity. Oh, I'm so relieved. Erupt. Yeah, that R was actually quite informative. I was not appreciating how informative it was. Erupt. Very good guess. Let's do it. Yes, I'm feeling good about that. Well done. I was a little close, but we got through it in the end. Scab giving me the volcano emoji in honor of Erupt. Yeah, GG, Rainbow, GG. All right, this one should go better because we have a green letter for once. Yeah, close one, Amy. Arkadium sweating. And you wanted to blame me. I know, it's very unjust, Blake. Bidet, valet. Both good guesses. Comet. I like Comet also. What should we do? Let's try Comet. Chog just followed us. Let's try Comet. I don't know. Speaking to me. Speaking nonsense is what it's doing. All right, so that also rules out ballet, valet. They're all kaput. Ian saying quiet. It rules that out. New idea. Jill is laughing at me. Least is a good guess. You gotta like least. Sweat? Bleat? Still a lot of options. Let's try least. Ooh, I'm glad this L turned yellow, because it at least gives us some information. Ooh, and we know now where the E is. Very importantly, the E has to go in the middle. There is no other possibility. Everything else has been ruled out. So the big question is where the L goes. It is looking slightly more likely to me that it goes in the second position rather than the fourth. Oh, although just as I say that, Mythos says dwelt. Dwelt is a crazy pull. Wow, it really could be dwelt. Although, oh man, okay. Can we think of anything without Mitch just followed us? Thank you. Everyone wants dwelt, but what about the other things? Knelt. Oh my god. Ledition says knelt. Okay. So what are we doing? Dwelt? Dwelt is great, says Rhonda. Here we go. We have room. We have a little room to play, because this will tell us where the L is also. It is there. Does that mean it has to be knelt? Ooh, svelte, Delia. That's a beautiful word. Is it spelled that way, or do you put an E on the end of svelte? I'm actually not sure. Oh, it also can't be svelte because of the S. I like where your head was, though, Delia. Larissa just followed us. Larissa Joy, bringing me joy. Yeah, so svelte. So I think it has to be knelt. Ledition was the first one I saw getting that. That was a really good pull. And several other people on TikTok are finding it, too. Dwelt? I mean, knelt. Yeah? Good work, cool word. And 4 out of 5. This is where we gotta really stay focused, because I want to make it to that last round. Last round is kind of a coin flip, you know, you win some, you lose some, but it feels unfair when we don't even get to try it. I see leech, I see maple, I see leave. Pearl is a nice guess. Let's try pearl. I like that one. Ooh, oh, beautiful guess. Oh my god. How do we do that? P. This is like an anagram at this point. Wait, I still don't see it though. Why can't I see this? Oh, paler. Oh, I was not seeing it. Yeah, paler makes sense. Is that the only thing that works? Oh, we're on the fast track to round 5. Let's do it. I am pumped. I'm ready. Okay, if you're new to Hurdle, we only get 2 of our own guesses this round. The first 4 are supplied for us. This actually hit a lot. Look, we have 3 vowels. Weird set of vowels, too. Plus, we know it ends in a T. We might be able to do this one. But what a bizarre set of vowels we have. Oh, wow. People are just seeing right through this. Laser focus. Wow, everyone in complete unanimity. Just how the world should be. I thought quiet also, cynical Steve, but there's no A in quiet. So maybe it just has to be audit. Is it the only possibility? Same, NSSR built doesn't have an A. We need an A somewhere. Everyone on TikTok is saying audit, or most people. Quaint doesn't have something. Wait, can it be quaint? Yeah, quaint is too long. That's the problem with quaint. Zether says, I'm not smart enough for this. You are. Stick with us, Zether. I've heard so many people say that, and they always end up contributing and feeling smart eventually. So I'm gonna put audit in. Let's do it. Yes. Awesome work. Very good hurdling, guys. That was a good one. Good crossword, good hurdle. And actually, there's something I kind of want to do. If anyone wants to stick around, there's a tool I know of that will tell you how to find word ladders between two words. And I'm just so curious if there are like a lot of options for linking train to plane, or if it's like super restricted. I can see, but meanwhile, while I pull this up, I should tell you, follow us if you don't already, because we stream every single day. May will be back with you tomorrow. Ooh, and I do have another scheduling point, which is that I will be here for the Stumper on Saturday, but then I'm going on a long vacation. So, oh, by the way, I just found something. Oh, I've been Googling while doing this. You want to stick around to see this. This is very cool. I know I'm rambling. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen and see if this works, because I think some people are going to find this interesting. Can you see my screen? Can people see this? Cynical Steve followed us and Dolores followed us. Can anyone see this? Someone needs to confirm, because I'm not sure if you can see it. It is a word ladder. And look, I typed in train to plane, and there is a 5-step solution, but it uses this weird word, trach. So this solution is literally exactly what was in the puzzle, and it's the only way to do it with common words. That's what this is telling. That's what this is telling us. So I'm just finding it interesting that, like, not only was it crazy to link train to plane in 13 words, it was literally the only way to do it. The shortest path. The shortest path with like common words. I think that's interesting. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Join May tomorrow at noon Eastern time for more wordplay fun, and I'll be here on Saturday for the Stumper, but then I will be off for a while. May is going to be covering for me for a couple of weeks actually while I'm in Africa, but that's not until after the Saturday Stumper. So I hope to see you all there. Thanks for all the fun today, guys. I'm signing off. Bye.